One quick thing before the video starts: if you guys use code Mcskillet on the free Emerald section of CSGO Wild, you get 50 cents free, and it's completely free, so you have absolutely nothing to lose here, and you can put it on roulette. And I've seen some people that have gotten like over 10 bucks just from doing this, so feel free to play around with it completely free, so you have absolutely nothing to lose. Code Mcskillet, and link will be in the description. You can only do the roulette part unless you get to over $1, and you could do coin flip as well. But now let's get into this actual video. So what's going on, guys? Mcskillet here, and today I'm going to be making the Futuristic Loadout for CSGO. I'm going to be doing a complete loadout of all futuristic skins, which seem to be getting added in every single new case, so there's so many futuristic skins in the game. And starting off, we've got the CZ75 Red Astor, pretty cool looking CZ. And next up, we've got the Desert Eagle Cobalt, one of the older skins. There's a lot of brand new skins in this video, as well as some relatively old ones. But Desert Eagle Cobalt, there actually isn't too many futuristic looking deagles. I mean, the deagle's not the most futuristic looking weapon in the first place, but this is probably the most futuristic looking one. And next up, we've got the dual Berettas ventilators, which were just added in the latest case. And I think these are pretty cool, and probably the most futuristic looking dual Berettas. And I finally fixed it so on this map, when I shoot the dualies, it actually shoots both of them instead of just shooting one, so looks a lot better this way. But next up, we've got the 5.7 Retrobution, and I actually think this is a really cool skin. It's a relatively new skin as well, and a pretty futuristic looking 5.7. It's sort of expensive if you want to go for a Stat Track factory new one, but out of all the 5.7s, I'd say this one's probably the coolest futuristic looking one. And I actually never really used this one before, and it's actually a pretty cool 5.7. I would have to say the 5.7 Retrobution is a purple skin, so not too rare. But next up, we've got the Glock-18 Grinder, and this skin's actually pretty cool because it's got a bunch of different patterns, of course. I just got kind of a random pattern here, but it's a pretty futuristic looking Glock, and you can actually get ones that are completely black. People actually will pay a good amount for those. I don't know what the exact prices are, but I do know people really do like the full black Glock grinders, and I can definitely understand why. But next up, we got the P2000 Pulse. I mean, not too many options for the P2000, but this is definitely the most futuristic looking of all the P2000s. Not my favorite skin, and this is a super cheap skin, so if you just want a really cheap P2000 skin that's a little bit flashy, you can always go with this. Unfortunately, it looks kind of beat up, even though this one's factory new. I don't know if I got screwed with the float or if it's just one of those skins where it kind of always looks beat up. But next up, we've got the P250 Valence, and there's also the FAMAS Valence now as well, which will be later in this video. But Valence skins, some of the coolest looking futuristic skins in the game. I definitely like both of them, and there's also some other skins like the P250 Asiimov, but I kind of prefer the Valence over the new P250 Asiimov. Not too big of a fan of the P250 Asiimov. But next up, we got the Tech 9 Isaac. There's also multiple options on the Tech 9, but I decided to go with the Isaac, which is made by the same guy that made all of the Asiimov skins, and I believe that same guy made the P250 Valence and the FAMAS Valence as well. So this guy is probably the richest of all the CSGO skin creators, because he gets like 5% on every single one that's been bought, so he's pretty rich by this point, I'm guessing. But next up, we've got the USP-S Torque. You can also go with the USP-S Orion for the futuristic loadout, but I think the USP-S Torque is actually a little more futuristic looking, and it's one of my favorite skins for the USP-S, but you gotta get a low flow one if you want one that's not kind of beat up. This one is factory new, but it's still got some scratches on it, unfortunately, but still a really cool USP-S that's only a blue skin, so not too expensive. But next up, we've got the AK-47 Fuel Injector, and this is actually originally called the AK-47 Supercharged. I did a review on this when it was in the workshop, and it actually got added into the game, and it still says AK-47 Supercharged in the front of it, which I think is actually a little bit of a cooler and better name, but for some reason they decided to change it, and I really do like this AK-47, probably the best futuristic looking AK in the game, and probably one of the best skins for the AK that they've added recently. But for the AUG, gotta go with the AUG Torque, of course. Just like the USP-S Torque, the AUG Torque is also pretty cool, and it's not too expensive, but this can trade up to the USP-S Orion, which could cause the prices to go up a little bit because people try to get these in low float and trade up to a low float USP-S Orion because those are worth so much. But for the op, gotta go with the op Asiimov, and I actually had to re-upload this video because for some reason I didn't have the clip for the op in the first time I posted it, but here it is here. I know some of you guys may have actually seen this video the first time, but here is the op. Of course, the op Asiimov, definitely the most futuristic of the ops. And this is also a super clean one because you normally only get field tested, and this one is technically factory new, even though there's still scratches and stuff on it. I don't really think you can remove all the scratches by editing the game files, but still looks super clean. Next up, we have got the FAMAS Valence, and this is actually a really good cheap FAMAS skin, I would say. I don't believe these are too expensive at all right now, but I'm not going to show all the prices for this because, I mean, it's really just any condition, and obviously prices change so much on any gun depending on the condition or whether it's stat track or not, but this isn't too expensive. And next up we've got the G3SG1 Flux. There's a lot of G3SG1 skins in the game now. This is probably one of the cooler looking futuristic ones, and probably one of the best futuristic ones. For some reason this skin actually gets brighter as it gets more battle scarred, by the way, which is something kind of interesting about this skin that I haven't really noticed on any other skins for CSGO. It actually looks brighter instead of darker when it's battle scarred, which is kind of weird, but that's just how the skin works, I guess. But next up we've got the Galil AR Stone Cold, which is one of my favorite Galils in the game, and it's especially a good Galil to get if you are trying to get one that's cheap. This is not too rare of a skin, it's actually quite common because it's only a purple and it's from a case, but it's just a really cool skin with a pretty cool design on it, and it looks really nice when it's in the sunlight as well. So cool skin that's futuristic looking. And next up we got the M41S Cyrex. Of course Cyrex skins are pretty futuristic looking, so I'd have to put them in the video. And there's a lot of skins for the M41S, but it seems like the majority of them are just skins that kind of have animal faces on them. Cyrex is kind of just a more straight futuristic looking skin without, there's a lot of like animal looking skins in the game. I could probably do a full loadout on animal skins as well, but I've noticed futuristic and animals are pretty common themes to put on CSGO guns in the workshop, and a lot of them end up getting added into the game, and a lot of them do look pretty cool, not gonna lie, but it is kind of strange how many skins there are that are kind of those types of categories. But next up we've got the M4A4, which of course the M4A4 Asiimov, and I edited the game files to get this skin, and I actually put it on factory new, which you can normally not get on the M4A4 Asiimov, so this may look cleaner than what the best M4A4 Asiimov would really look like, because the best you can normally get is only field tested, but this looks really nice when it's factory new, I have to say, like this. And next up we've got the SCAR 20 Cyrex, which received an update to its scope not too long ago that makes it kind of cooler looking, because it used to be an all black scope, but now it's got the white, black, and red scope on it, which I think is kind of a cool design. And some of you guys may have not even seen the skin like this if you didn't see my other video when they made the update, but it's a pretty cool looking skin now, definitely the most futuristic SCAR. And next up we've got the SG553 Pulse. Pulse skins are definitely some of the more futuristic, advanced looking skins, and yeah, it's not a bad skin for the SG. I believe the best condition on this is only minimal wear though, so you cannot get a factory new one, so it's always going to be a little bit beat up, but even this, I think this one's minimal wear and it doesn't look too bad though, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Kind of a cool looking SG, probably the most flashy one in the game because it's bright pink, kind of cool. But next up we got the SSG Ghost Crusader, which is a brand new skin from the latest case. It's actually a purple skin, and it's actually a pretty cool skin as well. I believe it's inspired by Star Wars. I know the guy that made a lot of these skins in the videos named C. Lee. He's got some pretty cool stuff in the workshop. I believe he has a YouTube channel as well. But this is SSG skin. It's the only purple scout skin in the game, and probably the best looking futuristic one. Not a bad looking skin at all right here. Pretty simple design. Actually, it's got a lot of stuff going on it, but pretty cool. And next up we got the Mach-10 Neon Rider. And I wasn't entirely sure what to do for the Mach-10, because I mean, this is more of like a sci-fi, which I guess is kind of the same thing as futuristic. I think there's kind of a difference between like sci-fi, retro, and the futuristic stuff for all the other guns. But this is probably the best Mach-10 that can kind of fit into this category, and this gun would definitely be good if it was being submitted into the 80s sci-fi contest, which is for the next case. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about that because I made some videos about that. But next up we got the MP7 Armor Core, which is a blue skin, which you're probably really unfortunate when you get this, because it's so cheap if you get it in a case. But either way, probably the best, or like the most sci-fi futuristic looking skin, I would say, for the MP7. And there wasn't too many options on the MP9, but if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the MP9 Dart. Not too much to say about it, but I don't know, it just kind of has a futuristic theme on it, or I'm not even sure what the like theme of this was, but it looks somewhat futuristic with like all the arrows and stuff. Kind of cool. But next up we got the PP-Bizon Osiris, which is definitely the coolest and best PP-Bizon when it comes to the futuristic ones, and I think this is really the only futuristic looking one that's in the game. But pretty cool looking PP-Bizon, definitely one of the better ones. I don't think it's my favorite PP-Bizon. The fuel rod and some of the other ones are pretty cool, but Osiris is not too bad. And here's the P90 module, which I could have also gone with the P90 Asiimov, but I think this skin is a little bit more underrated. Well, actually, I mean, this skin is pretty common, I would say, but P90 Asiimov, you've probably seen a lot of those. And I think the skin's actually kind of cooler sometimes than just having a P90 Asiimov. Even though a P90 Asiimov is a lot more expensive, this one glows a lot more, so it's kind of a cool skin. And next up, we've got the UMP-45 Labyrinth. And I mean, I didn't really have too many good picks for the UMP. This is probably the most futuristic looking one, even if it's not that futuristic looking. But for most of the other skins in the game, like the Mag 7, we got a pretty good, solid, futuristic looking skin, like the Cobalt Core. And also one thing that I forgot to mention, there's no R8 skin in this video, because, I mean, the R8 only has a couple skins on it, and none of them are really futuristic looking at all. So I decided just to not even include the R8 in this video, because no one even uses it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I haven't seen it in ages. But next up we got the Nova Ghost Camo. This is a skin that I don't even think I've ever seen in a matchmaking game. Just seems super uncommon. I honestly didn't even know this skin existed until just recently. It just kind of blends in like a ghost. Okay, that was terrible, but Nova Ghost Camo. And next up we got the Sawed-Off Bamboo Shadow, which I don't know if the skin was even intended to be futuristic, but with the little red dot on it, I just think it kind of looks futuristic to me, at least because the rest of the skin's all black and gray. Then it just has the red dot in the middle, and I don't know, it just kind of looks futuristic. I don't know if it's actually intended to be that way, but kind of cool looking. But next up we got the XM Black Tie, and I mean, not the best skin I would say. It's a purple. I don't know if this skin really deserves a purple spot, but it is probably, it's a little bit futuristic looking with kind of the design on it. And there's a lot of XMs that are gray and kind of this like silver color, gray, black, and white, which I kind of covered in one of my other videos. But this is the XM Gray Tie, probably one of the most futuristic looking XMs. And here's the M249 system lock, which is definitely the best pick for this video, I would say. This loadout's kind of more a futuristic loadout, and it's not really the same thing as like just sci-fi, because it's not a bunch of like aliens and stuff. Just kind of, I don't really know how to describe it, but I'm sure you guys can get the theme of all the skins in this video. That's why I didn't pick the Nebula Crusader, even though that skin is kind of like a more sci-fi type of futuristic. But here is the Negev power loader to finish. Actually, we got some knives as well for this video, but this is the Negev power loader. Super cool. This is actually a pretty great Negev skin, I would say, but kind of futuristic looking, so that's what I would go for with the Negev. And now to the knives, we gotta go with the M9 Doppler Sapphire as well as the M9 Doppler Ruby. This is the Sapphire right here, and I mean, there isn't really any sci-fi looking knives, but I think these kind of look like lightsabers, or they're probably the closest thing in the game to lightsabers, I would say. That's why I picked these, kind of cool looking. You got the blue lightsaber, and then you got the red lightsaber, so that's why I picked the M9 Dopplers. Of course, mainly just the Sapphire and the Ruby phase, because I don't really think there's like a black lightsaber. I don't know, there might be, but either way, you could just go with the M9 Sapphire or the M9 Ruby, but this would be an extremely expensive loadout if you have these two knives, because I believe they're like over $2,000 each now, so pretty insanely expensive. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to use code Mcskillet on CSGO Wild. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys, and I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.